Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the next podcast with the SEO Club. I am welcoming my new friend and wonderful speaker, Liga. She will shortly introduce herself, and then we're going to discuss a very interesting and popular topic. Stay with us.
Yes, hi, my name is Liga Tarasova. I'm based in Latvia, Riga. Some people know me as Liga from Riga, so that's easy to remember. And currently, I'm working with marketing, PR, and things like that. Thank you for having
I
me.
know you. Yeah, I know you as a fantastic content person and PR person. So anytime it comes to PR or content, I reach out to you. This is not our first podcast, and as well, we shared a stage, and we will share a stage again at SBC.
Yeah.
So if you are coming to SBC Lisbon, you will see us both. And today we are going to be discussing blogs. It is a very controversial topic because some people really believe in it. Some people think it's dead. Some people are like, it's also 2000. So are blogs still in? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that I can share my story when I believe that blogs are still in. So what happened is that around December last year, I had a conversation, I think, with my mom. So she's 62, and she started to ask me, like, I was talking about AI and all these things. That I can see that she's nodding. She kind of understands what I'm talking about, and eventually, I understood that she has no idea, and there's no resource in Latvian language we're talking. What is AI? What are these tools? What is happening actually with the world in a way? And can it be explained in a very simple terms? Because for her to even any type of technology or anything, that for an older person like her, it would sound scary, and she just doesn't want to hear anything. She's, oh no, it's not my field. And then I realized that there's a niche in Latvia where people talk about AI, any type of AI. Are we talking news, tools, or ChatGPT? Doesn't matter, but in Latvian language, right? And even if we look at the tool itself, like ChatGPT, let's say, it's not really trained well on the Latvian language model yet, I guess, because people are not using it that much. So, yeah, and then I realized that, okay, if I Google certain things, there's nothing popping up. Or if it is, then it was news portals, bigger news portals with maybe like a segment about it or a sub page about it. And then I realized that there's nothing really existing. And as I worked back in the days then with Online Gamblers, which was an affiliate site, and I had that knowledge with SEO, I realized I just want to test it out. And to be honest, it didn't ask that much from me. I think it was 2 days that I set it up. I had like three main pages, and the thing that I promised to myself was like, okay, let's push out one post per day. We first was week, one post per week, because I don't have time for that. And then I started with that, and then I had some help from my sister, who wanted to just do it for me, kind. And then we started to align what we should do, and she just took over. So now it's been live for 8 months. Every day, every work day there's a post about like AI news mostly, and it's ranking in some of the keywords that I would like to rank, even number one. So
Oh, that's
are we
fantastic.
talking about monetize? Like, is there a way to monetize it? I guess eventually at one point. At this point, I don't have time for that, to be honest. The capacity that I have, I cannot even like really jump on it. But it's nice to just discuss, like, maybe as you are very good, like a professional with these things, and everything. Maybe you can even advise me or some things, because it's basically, even if you look on tools like SEMrush, for example, the only thing that is green is natural, which means that it's only like the views that I have. It's only really people searching, really people finding. It's nothing with buying links. I haven't bought a link. Yeah, it's just a blog. Like, I'm back to 90s, with the like when the fashion blog started. Now suddenly in Latvia there's AI blog. And what else I realized actually now before the call, that we were talking about Reddit, right? But in Latvia,
Oh,
Reddit is nothing as well. Like, people don't use Reddit, so this as a thread doesn't exist. Because for Latvian audience, it's kind of Google is the thing. And I don't know as well many people that would go on ChatGPT and ask in Latvian to get things in Latvian back, like recipes or something. So Google is still really popular, and it looks like it's going to be for years for sure. So in that way, I realized that, okay, so this blog can survive as long as I keep it like, like Google likes it. Like, there's always a post happening, there's news. So yeah, I'm just blabbing now away, but yeah, just interesting that what we tried with my sister is that I wanted actually to bring American or European news about AI, things that are happening, even European these rules about AI and all these things that are written only in English to translate them and explain them in Latvian. But what is happening? No one is googling that. No one is searching for that because they are not aware of that. So what I think what's happening is that if a topic is touched by the media, like TV news, proper news, we're talking like TV news, then people are like, oh, there was something about I don't know, Gemini, whatever. Then they might go and say, Kasir, in Latvian, what is that? And then I would get that viewer. You know what I mean? So it's a really like a fresh new audience kind of. And it's interesting
I
too.
mean, it's good. I mean, AI is growing. Of course, it's more popular in America and English speaking languages, but you are a pioneer in your own country.
And
That's kind of awesome. So, what people usually search for when they land on your blog?
yeah,
What are
I
the
was
queries
checking a
they
little
go
bit.
for?
So it's ChatGPT is a lot, and it would be ChatGPT in Latvian, AI tools, AI apps. So basically, that's it. And what else I realized that when like for example, I worked with online gamblers, and we would have to check the some kind of research about the keywords. Right here is nothing. Like the ones that you can step on is like 10, and then you drill them. If I would go that way and say, okay, now we're going to write an article, like 10 different variations of this one article, just to get all the, you know what I mean? Which
Mhm.
we're trying to do. But it's not like a huge, list of keywords that you can like low hanging fruit or, you know what I mean? There's nothing. It's like nothing is happening yet. And this is something like you have to almost predict what they will search just to have it in your database, kind of, you know?
Yes, but it doesn't mean that they don't search for it. It's just that the tools didn't realize that and
Okay.
didn't
Yeah.
adjust the API because people are searching. Like when we started with crypto casinos, there was like zero search volume, but people were searching for it. It's just
Hmm.
the tools didn't include the keywords in their database. Plus, we are a very niche language as well. It's not
Exactly.
English, it's not German. So I think they are searching, and you just
It's just like
use
guessing
your
game,
common
kind of.
sense, sort of common sense. Like, what would I search for? What would my mom
Exactly.
search
That's why I
for?
have my mom. I'm like, Mom, what do you need? What do you
Yeah,
want?
she's your SEMrush right there. She's
You're
your
my
SEMrush.
SEMrush. I don't need to pay for it every month.
I actually really love it that you are starting a new blog and testing things out. So what was the setup? What it takes to build up a blog nowadays?
Yeah, so
What was
I
your
I
setup?
I did like I'm telling you, it was so smooth that I don't understand like how it happened, to be honest. Because I said it happened in 2 days between Christmas and New Year, and it was Wix. I found that the best website to do it is Wix, and I know that in WordPress there's a lot of limitations when it comes to the design of the site. So you would like to have a little pop-up box, or you want to something, I don't know, have it in the corner of the site, and it only allows in that different layout. So here is really Wix, not even the studio one that you can develop yourself, but just a Wix with the layout. I used that one, and then I realized, okay, I wanted like 3 pages, and one of them actually was about me because I wanted to build my own portfolio as well outside LinkedIn. So I have like first of all, it goes with the trustworthiness, obviously, but second is that I have like a little, like a almost like a link, and I have some places, publications, let's say, where I have been, even when I was with iGaming Club, right? It's called, even that one is there, for example. So I have like a little bit of like that time, yeah, like time map kind of where I was when, which conference or anything. So yeah, I wanted that it's about me, that brings that like trustworthiness. Then it was the blog, so that one is divided into AI basics and AI news, and then it's the main page basically. And that's it.
And you're publishing daily.
Monday, Friday, yeah.
Wow. So the working days. Did it pick up some links on its own? As the content is so original, I would presume some
um,
people might start to link to it.
when I checked, yeah, when I checked, I think it was, I don't think I saw any actually. That was that you mean like someone would refer from
Yes.
on my, no, no. The things that I would do, I haven't like checked. That's what I'm saying. Like the capacity, give me like 30 hours a day, and then I
Oh,
will,
that would be lovely. I'll sign up for
oh,
that.
please. Then I would really jump on it. But what I as well did actually, that's like maybe interesting for someone who found this something as they want to start, is that I realized that there is another site that has like a sub topic, which is AI, and they would write news, or they would have interviews with, let's say, someone about AI, and I would link to them because that's like quite of a well-known site in Latvia. So I would kind of take their news, but I would still track it back kind of to them, saying like thanks for the source kind of a situation that works well as well. But I haven't tracked anything that someone would take my kind of news.
Well, make sure to send me your blog so I can link it under this video. So
Oh,
there
that's
is a
good.
link for you. It will be big one from YouTube. Okay, it will be no follow, but it still counts.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a link for you there. And now let's go a little bit to our niche, iGaming. Do you think blogs are still worthy into 2024 for iGaming? Because like we used to do them so much in 2000s, and we used to, biggest winner in lottery and this and that, and they became
Mm-hmm.
very repetitive, and people stopped doing them. So are they still worth it? Because I see some websites that started them a long time ago, really milking it and really having good blog.
Mm-hmm.
But would you start a website and would you add a blog to it as a source of information or place to link to? Would you do
Mm-hmm.
it?
To be honest, how I feel like if I started now a blog for gambling or iGaming or whatever, you still need the basic pages, right? And that already shouts copy paste, and it's gonna be copy paste because you need keywords, right? So in my case, what I would do then, I would find or a niche, let's say something very specific about a specific market. Maybe there's like a weird sport, like I don't know, there's pillow fighting, right, in US. I don't know, for example, and then you would maybe with that blog catch those couple of searchers, how to say, at least to start with. Because otherwise, like if you just want to have a blog about everything in gambling, I think it will never succeed because the competition is just ridiculous right now. And we're talking as well in English. Maybe, let's say I would go Latvian now with, for example, like which games are better, and I saw everything in Latvian, which I don't really want to do. But let's say there's a niche for that. But in English, I think it's crazy hard. I think so. So, or you need a niche, or you need to start like I think who did Jake Paul did with the social media platform, with Instagram, and then suddenly, oh, Jake Paul has a blog, and that's another story. Like, what is this blog? And you're gonna jump on that. But to start just from Google, I think it's almost impossible. That's my feeling.
I think for English, definitely. I think you need to be more creative, just like with
Yeah.
having. Maybe I would start it and have like podcast to it. First of all, I love
Yes.
talking, so I would do that. Or I would have interviews with other people, written interviews. So, we all have egos. We would link to it, like, look, they talked about me there.
Hmm.
So I think I would do it this way to build up the links, and
Yeah.
then you can have a blog where you can then start to talk about interesting things. But
Yeah,
I think
no,
for
definitely. Because even the site that I have now, like I said, if I had more capacity and time, I would definitely link it to at least Instagram. Because even if you make a create like a nice creative and you say, "Hey, do you even know what is that?" Or I go live and I ask people, like, "Do you even know what is ChatGPT and how to do it?" And I speak in Latvian. Of course, it would get traction for sure, but I just don't have that time. And I think as well, it's commitment. So once you start doing, it's the same with podcasts. You kind of it's like almost like you go against yourself if you just stop. So what I like I say about this capacity and time and the time in my life maybe that I'm too busy kind of to do it, it will be that I promise myself and the audience kind of that I bring value every week, let's say, or every something. And I think that would be the next step if this site even grows or continues just being good kind of ranking.
cool. I actually like it. I think a niche is exactly where you need to go, and you need to be creative because when you look at the everything was done, all the normal things like
Mm,
responsible gaming and how to play
yes.
football and what are games and what are roulette rules, all of that was done. And even the more creative things were like, do people with tattoos play more slots or roulette online?
Mm-hmm.
Which is already a little bit creative, but all of it was done as well. Do people eating burgers enjoy football or basketball? So I think you
Mm-hmm.
need to do something else. Obviously, a lot of people are trying blogs, and I'm not saying they shouldn't, because I think you can still target different audience with it. But I think you have better chance with sports, as you as well
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, because you can have the main pages on casino side, betting side with like football betting and strategies for football and basketball betting and
Mm-hmm.
strategies for that. But in a blog, you can maybe have more creative things like this footballer always scores in game in second half. Is he gonna score now? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can do something more interesting. But question is that gonna pick up audience? Is it actually
Exactly.
engaging? Or is it just my SEO mind thinking like, oh, this was just done
Exactly.
and
And then
I
again, we
put it.
talk about the time invested in that creative. Okay, now we have tools to help maybe even with the creativity, right? You can ask certain tools and they're going to give you ideas. That's fine. But even there, like sports predictions, right? If you can sit and think forever about like who's going to win and who's going to have an injury and who's going to whatever, but then you post it and it's like no traction, you know? So it's like, where do you spend that time kind of, and where do you, it's
Exactly.
very
That's why
difficult.
I'm asking the question, is it even worth it in 2024? I think if you already have a
Mm.
long time running blog, you
Yes.
started, like in 2002, then probably your blog has got traction,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But if
definitely.
but if
Exactly.
you're starting now and you want to do let's say target India and then do a blog about cricket, I think you're not going to succeed.
Hmm.
I just don't think, or it will take too much money and too much time,
Hmm.
because you will definitely need links. It's not originally people not going to just like, oh wow, cricket blog, look, that's
Yeah,
original.
exactly. Or you need exactly. Then you just need money and someone promoting your shiny new blog. You know, only then if you have so much money to invest in the advert about it, or someone just like owning it, like a very famous person, maybe. I think then it can go obviously good, and if it's like a high quality as well blog. But if it's just your kind of project, you know, it's just gonna disappear. I think in the searches. That's it. Mm.
Oh, I like the idea of having some kind of celebrity, so maybe
Yeah.
some retired football player, but they are not going to do it for
No,
free.
no, no. It's all
It's all
money. Then I think
exactly, it's all money. Nothing's come natural in organic, especially in iGaming. It's very, very difficult.
exactly.
And then I think the question is, yes, you are a big company, you have got this money, you want to spend it somewhere. Isn't it more logical to spend it on your money pages that actually convert? Do you really want to bring people to blog where they don't convert and then you send them to money pages to convert? It's just making the journey for me more
Hmm.
difficult. And I am an SEO and I like blogs in lots and lots and lots of niches. And even the good blogs in our niche, I'm not going to be like, no one ever done a good blog, but I would not start it right now. I would not.
Yes,
I would just
and I think in
concentrate on the
general,
main
like
pages.
if you look at the blog as an idea, right? It's like a bulky. If, even the blog that I did, I was like almost testing it with like like when you go, for example, and the rules of writing whatever they would say you need 3K words, so they rank and they're right. And I did exactly the opposite. So I wanted to just test: can I just if I give that info that people need, would it still rank? Because otherwise, we're just like playing with algorithm or we're playing with Google some kind of rules, And in the end, is it even useful? So then, if you look at the blog, I think it's written language, and the more we see the new generations and everything, no one wants to read anymore,
Oh no.
So if you go to that blog and it's amazing video content, maybe suddenly somehow, and then you have maybe hidden written content for the keywords, or you have maybe there's the keyword content kind of coming after, but just for
Or
a
the
blog with the
transcripts.
written content, like, you know what I mean? Like, why would I even go there?
For sure, I think it's dying because the new generation, they just want, you need to capture them in 10 seconds
Yes,
and that's it. And you're not going to do it with 3,000 words. I
exactly.
think you should have, that's a good idea to do a blog with videos,
Mm-hmm.
because then you can easily promote it. Google, I mean, YouTube is the same company, they rank videos higher. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is it. So, rules for blogs in 2024: niche, celebrity, money, and video. That's we've got it. We've got it.
we
Let's
have, we
start
have
from
got to figure
tomorrow.
it out. That's it. Next year we catch up and see where we are
Exactly.
with this.
Which celebrity did you find for your blog?
Wow, we
Oh,
have to think about that.
yeah. But I think that these are things that could work. But I think videos are, from what we mentioned, the cheapest and most approachable thing to do.
Yeah. Or the other thing that I was thinking was that you go on that blog, but then you have to still catch the audience who's going to even enter to that blog. And if that environment would be made very interesting, like almost like a clicking answers, talking to almost like a robot, you know what I mean? If you make it very engaging, that's another story. It's almost like a game or very gamified, or that's another story. But just bulk of text to read for the person, like why if I even can go on ChatGPT and ask the question and they can give me an answer in like short answer in two sentences. So that's something you have to rethink. Like I said, in my case, it kind of written works because there's nothing kind of to compete with.
Mhm.
There are of course sides. I'm not like number one everywhere, but it's not like I don't feel that rush of that. But if we talk about gaming and how innovative and how interesting the topics can be, and whatever platforms and everything is just boring to read. I think you just need to be very,
It is. I mean,
yeah,
our content is very boring.
exactly.
It is. And
Hmm.
the problem with long articles is that you don't read. I mean, I don't read. If I
No.
want an answer, I want an answer today I was searching for, because I have a new air fryer and I wanted to make chicken for Agatha, one of my cats that loves grilled chicken. And she was meowing because her grilled chicken is gone. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna make it in air fryer. And I started to search, can I make frozen chicken in air fryer? I found so many articles with 3,000 plus words. There was
Oh.
not an answer. It wasn't
Mm.
yes on 20 minutes. Yes, do it on 25 minutes. Now I know you need to do it on temperature around 175, 30 minutes. It's perfect. Okay. There you go. That's your answer. But out there, it's not. So I started to experiment. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to experiment because nobody is telling me. So
Mhm.
long articles don't work anymore. Or if you want to have it,
Mm.
have the answer on top. Like seriously, have the answer on top so
Exactly.
I can actually read it, answer it good. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but then will you scroll down and see all the adverts, Ivana?
That's the thing. That's the thing. People are
Will
cheating
you?
out there. This is
No, you
that's the
won't.
thing.
Oh, it's
Hmm.
interesting how it's gonna, but even the videos, let's say you go to that page, it's only video, and underneath there's a keyword text. Even there, where do you put the adverts? Like, how much space do you have for the adverts? How many, you know what I mean? Where are we going, like, with the content and even earning money on that? It's gonna be very interesting.
I think that's it. That's why non-monetized websites work better because people are tired of seeing adverts everywhere. You
Hmm.
just want to see and enjoy it. I mean, I read lots online. I'm not saying I never read, but if I want to answer, I want to answer.
Exactly.
If I want to read about which zodiac has got the most beautiful eyes, I'll read five pages on
Yeah.
that. You know, I'm not a Virgo. I mean, we all know that, but you're just going to read because it's something you want to read about. And if they are not monetized, it's better because I hate when they start to pop up
Of
completely
course.
unrelated adverts. So I think that we sort of overdone it and we cross the line between
Exactly.
normal monetization where it's not disturbing you and to the moment that you just don't want to ever see internet in your life again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Now, because you are into all of this AI and you are writing about it and you're becoming slowly an expert and you are a PR expert, at least in my eyes, you are one of the best PR experts I ever encountered. That's why I keep telling everyone, you need PR, go to Liga. So, what do you think about the search chat GBT thing, the GBT search thing? Is it going to change things? Is it going to be big in Latvia, maybe? Is it something
We
that you're worried
For
about?
Latvia, I don't think so at all. I really don't think so. For Latvia, I think it's going to take years. That's my prediction, okay? But I don't know how it's going to be. But overall, I don't know. I think it's all about the trust. That even now for me, like even I don't know, you needed to grill the chicken, right? You would go on ChatGPT. Let's say again, mention that ChatGPT, and you would write that question. Tell me
Hmm.
that. Would you trust it immediately?
Oh no, I went there, then I Googled it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to experiment.
Yeah,
Because I
but
didn't
did
trust
you
it.
did you feel that feeling? Yes, if ChatGPT said it, it must be right. Like I don't have that feeling.
No, me neither. But
No.
we are different because we're professionals and we work with content. We work with Google. We work
Yeah.
with keywords,
Yeah.
and we know not to trust it. But the normal people, I don't think they don't have this distrust that much
Yeah.
because we know
True.
we are like we're very, you know,
No, of course, if
untrusting
you
by
look at it
nature.
and you can get the answer straight away. Exactly. I have to switch off that brain, that says where are the resources, why there's no like
Exactly.
exactly.
Who wrote this? Did they experiment? How many chickens did they
Exactly.
burn before? Exactly.
I think it would be first of all it's going to be like big switch if it really happens. Like it's going to be just like in a way the nightmare for a lot of people. But can it really happen that quick? I don't think so. I think it's just like I think I listened to you and Vale, and I love that
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
you had
So,
together. And it was
yeah, she's
exactly that
fantastic.
in my mind. Like I'm not rushing because I'm maybe that type of person, but of course about the whole audience I cannot say. But I have to believe it. You know what I mean? And I think until people just start to really like ask everything, get all the right answers, it's going to take a while until people really start to believe that new tool that can just give me the right answer. And until then, people will start still comparing and checking and all these things. But I think in a very long run, yes, it's going to switch the way we search and the way we want to get the information. But I'm not like worried for now for a while, like years for sure. Like Vala said, I think. I was listening
Yeah.
to that and I really believe that.
Yeah, I think there's a next podcast we need to do is you, me, and Vale, three Virgos. Your Virgo moon,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that will be a long one. That will be a long one.
We need like 1 hour for sure.
At least. Fantastic. So that's the next one we're doing. Vala is in
Yes.
for sure. I mean, she just loves talking. And all three of us going to be in SBC. So we
Yes.
need to enjoy SBC.
Yes.
Hopefully we see you all in SBC. Thank you very much for joining
Yes.
us.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you. Bye bye.